Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome to the review and reaction video to the French Eurovision entry of 2026. It's called Regarde or something like that by Monroe here, and without further ado let's just get right into it. I see that this video is 3 minutes and 30 seconds, so perhaps we get another one that has a little bit of a storyline to the music video. Indeed we do. We've got Monroe as a kid maybe, walking along the streets of Paris. I already spotted the Eiffel Tower, I think. You've got it fading in with all of the music. You've got the ticking clock. It's very suspenseful. Where are we heading? A very fast-paced orchestration kicking off the song. You've got like these super dramatic vocal chants as well. Tempo automation. The drama is definitely something that's up my alley so far. The strings come in really nicely there as well, and you've got both the fast-paced ones, but then also the wide, dragged-out cello parts. Incredibly dramatic, isn't it? The string arrangement as a whole is kind of really cool because it's contrasting itself. Get one of these songs with like the operatic influences every year now. I don't mind personally. The brass there as well, very deep. That's a nice little piano triplet line there, and then they kill it immediately. And it's not going to return? Really? Why introduce it then? The beat is effective here, actually. I find myself tapping my foot along to it. The clock is back, ticking along too. The vocal lines, like the vocal arrangement altogether is honestly really cool. Quite dynamic too. I love these kind of like choral, just vocal stabs as well. It just feels like the song maybe doesn't really maintain its energy at any point. How dramatic. It feels so intimate in a way, and then you've got the contrast of just being so bombastic that it's almost excessive. You know, like conceptually I just think it's really cool, honestly. But is the execution of it flawless? Structurally I wouldn't say so. I don't feel the cohesion of the track that much. The beat comes in quite pleasantly here. It just feels like this is one of these songs that's supposed to like floor you. And for some reason I'm not feeling it. Even though I like it. I like it quite a bit. The vocal performance is huge, obviously. It's really cool. Shh, okay, I'll be quiet. No, who am I kidding? I will not, absolutely not be quiet. I'm sorry, I have to review this because I'm intrigued by what they set out to do here. Am I as floored as I probably should have been? No, I'm honestly not, because the thing is that this song is so intentionally composed to be completely groundbreaking and just wow you with both like the vocal concept that it's using, because it's so dynamic in that sense, but it's just like, I know you shouldn't group songs together, but it's lost a little bit of its momentum, like surprising you because of the songs that we've had in Eurovision in the past few years, especially the songs that have been winning Eurovision in the past few years, both of which, I'll be completely honest here, I loved, The Code in particular. And I'm not saying that this song is similar to either The Code or Wasted Love. They don't have like the electronica influence that those songs have. This one is more reliant on just the kind of huge orchestration. The strings are massive in terms of the arrangement here. You've also got the brass being so dominant within the backdrop, and the vocal performance as a whole is kind of quite dynamic throughout, because it's both using a lot of, I guess, intimate silence at times, or like intimate just intimate parts, not silence. I mean, that wouldn't make any sense, except for when they're shushing you. But, you know, the kind of intimacy and very close connection to some parts. It's almost whispery in a way, and then you've got the grand choruses where the vocals just properly peak and become really massive. And also the whole vocal arrangement is actually really cool because they've got the backing vocals doing various things throughout, but mainly those kind of chanting stabs that they're using at times to build excitement within the track. It's neat in how they set out everything to do there, but it just does not hit as hard because it's not such a foreign concept to me as a Eurovision fan anymore, I suppose. And it feels like maybe the song is kind of structured with with the idea of being another one that's supposed to floor you with this unique vocal style or unique kind of concept for the track, which is of course like it's unique in terms of you just consider pop music in general and what's on the radio. Like you wouldn't hear this there, but in a concept of I'm going to watch Eurovision, you'd expect this to appear by now because it's successful. But I feel like it's lacking a little bit of that kind of identity and fun flair that previous songs with these operatic influences have had. It's still cool. Like I like this personally. I just don't see what makes this particularly special compared to what we've had before, because it feels like it wants to tie into the success of both Wasted Love and The Code because of the vocal arrangement. And that could be very, very like black or white viewing from me. Like that's not very what do you say? I'm not looking outside the box here, but it's so easy for me who's seen two successful entries blend operatic vocal styles with, a more pop inspired style, to find two songs that have been very successful within that approach, and then you get another one that so clearly tries to do the same thing, not in the exact same way, because this one, as I said, it's more focused on the orchestration of the track to be a bit more classical in that sense, and grand without really incorporating a lot of digital inputs or even like electronica or even energy as a whole, because the beat of this track, it's quite quite on the slower side, and it's not really supposed to properly engage you. You're more there to just kind of be a fly on the wall, be impressed with what you're hearing, because vocally, it's a huge arrangement. It really is, and the strings back it up very nicely. I think the orchestration is doing a good job of just supporting what the vocals set out to do. It's just that personally, I would have probably been floored by this if I heard it just 5 years ago. If this was competing 5 years ago, it would have hit so much harder on me. But right now, it's not as exciting. It's not as foreign. And maybe that's not a fault of, just the songwriting per se, but it's just because it feels so forced to have a song like this appear at this very time in Eurovision history. I hope that I will be completely floored by what I see live on stage. Of course I do, because I feel like there's definitely potential for something massive here. But I wish I would have been more impressed by what I was hearing, because this feels, conceptually, it feels like a song that I should just sit here and have my jaw dropped by. But I don't find myself doing that, and it's a shame. But I guess that's just how I approach this and how I receive this today. I will probably listen to this quite a bit more, but also I really want to highlight, I don't think that this song ever really maintains its energy. And that feels a bit strange to me, because it doesn't feel like this song really wants you as a listener to go along with the track. It feels like it's more structured, more arranged, I suppose, rhythmically, for you to not get into the track and keep being surprised or impressed by what it sets out to do, because it keeps breaking up the beat. It keeps adding small details. Like when you've got that little piano triplet part, you have it for 2 seconds and then you break the beat and then you remove it completely from the track, never to appear again. And it's like, what's the point? It's just like to throw in something new, take it out, and just to have a moment like, oh, look what happened here, and then it's not going to happen again, because it doesn't feel like it's part of the cohesive part of the track. It's like the song has not been arranged with cohesion in mind. The song has been arranged to have brief, sudden bursts of attention-grabbing moments that lead into this, just with the vocal being such a central part of what's really supposed to grab your attention and floor you and impress you. But at the end of the day, am I feeling the cohesion of the track? No, I'm honestly not. Am I feeling like I can really get into it and just follow along with the beat of it? No, because they keep breaking up the beat. And that is something that I don't really understand why you would do. Like, the song doesn't have to be more than it should be. Like it's like they try too much of doing small little details and small ideas just for the sake of it, and that kind of hinders the actual overall vibe that I'm getting from the song, because it doesn't need to do that. Maybe leaving this one on a little bit of a sour note. I'll have to listen to this song a few more times, and I feel like I will enjoy listening to it every time. I did enjoy it now as well. Sorry if this review comes across as a bit negative, but I did actually enjoy it. I just have my qualms with it, and I think that's natural. Like you're allowed to have that. Even the songs that I love the most in Eurovision, I can still have my qualms with them. But this one, yeah, I am intrigued by it, and I'm going to be very looking forward to seeing how it's going to look and sound, mainly live, because it feels like it needs to be flawless, otherwise it could fall flat on its face, you know? But for now, I just have my thoughts about it, I guess. More thoughts than I normally do about the songs I review, because this review has definitely been the longest one I've made so far, I'm sure of it. But yeah, hopefully I've gotten my thoughts across somewhat clearly, and if I haven't, I apologize. And if this is your favorite song of Eurovision this year and you feel like I was unfair to it, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Sometimes I would just want to be honest with myself. That's the main reason I make these videos. And then if you think that's interesting to listen to or not, that's up to you. But those are my thoughts on Regarde here from France. And we'll see how it's going to go for them. I'm sure they're looking at a pretty decent result here, because it feels like one of these songs that's there to impress, and people will be impressed. Just it's really just me who wasn't as impressed as I expected to be. But, heyo, it is what it is. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, yeah, I'm glad. Please let me know what you think of Regarde in the comments if you want to share that. And hopefully I'll see you again for another video very, very soon. I'm guessing Germany will be next. So we've got a big 5 country followed by another one, which is exciting, I suppose, if there's good stuff. Please join me for that one if you're interested. Take care of yourselves until then. And bye for now.